Chris, what did you think of Arkansas?
I think that Arkansas is very rural. We went to their largest city, which didn't really pop for me. Going to Hot Springs was quite nice, but that seemed like a holiday destination. This part, for example, reminds me of the Midwest. It's flat and fields and things. It was quite difficult to get around. Our internet signal wasn't that good. We had a good time. Just before we cross into the state of Mississippi, notice on the map the border follows the Mississippi River, but it doesn't actually follow it completely. There are these loops on either side, and when I looked on a more detailed map, the ends of these loops had U-shaped lakes. One of the few things that I remember from geography was a river will meander, and then at some point it will break through the shortest point, leaving a U-shaped lake. Before it dries up, when it's separated from the main river, that's called an oxbow lake. And my theory is that this border was drawn when the river followed a much more windy path. That's my theory. There's a... I don't know what that is. It's like a storm going... There's a tiny cyclone. That's that lake. That's the Oxbow Lake. That is a nice lake. We're crossing the Mississippi River for the 4th time.
That is the Mississippi again.
It's quite big.
It's massive, yeah, we're getting toward the mouth of the Mississippi.
Is that beaches?
I think they might be. Mississippi beaches.
Crossing now. We're in Mississippi, and that's M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
We are in
Mississippi.
That is the cheapest fuel, $1.97. There's farmland and little houses and caravans that are attached to the farmland. I don't think we're going to get past him.
That's some farming equipment.
Fair enough, because this is that sort of area. There's a fire. The field's burning. That's all on fire.
It is.
We're in Hollandale, a town preparing for the future today. This is... Yeah. They sell catfish here. They sell catfish everywhere. They have something written in French. So we're in the town of Hollandale looking for the post office, but this feels very, very foreign to me. But they do have these school buses, even though America is very diverse. All the school buses look like this. Well, almost everything here is closed. Well, it looks closed. No, we can't find anything open. Roads are quite bumpy here. In the distance, there are just these twisting wings. They're like little cyclone things in the air. And we've seen them all over Mississippi. It looks like they planted reeds. I think Mississippi so far has been the most remote feeling place, and that's including Wyoming. I think at least Wyoming had merited an interstate, whereas this is just a sort of local road that goes as far as the eye can see, and really flat fields and nothing. There isn't. If we hadn't filled up on fuel, I think we'd been in trouble. It feels very strange here. Okay, I think we might have made a mistake here because it's Sunday and things are shut. There are statues of catfish on each corner here. We're in the town of Belzoni. That's the fire station.
And that is their catfish. Well, the word statue seems a bit misleading. Is that a statue? I don't know. But that is the catfish tribute.
This was meant to be a catfish statue, and they've taken all the skin off and the fins and everything, so it's now just a husk. That's a shame.
It's quite sad. Yes, I think we'll eat catfish somewhere else.
We're not going to eat catfish. We stopped at a restaurant, the only one that was open, and there were these men sort of coming towards the car, and they looked like they didn't want to greet us in the catfish capital of the world, so they just got in the car and went. And they seemed disappointed, like cats when a bird flies away. This is Yazoo City.
Yes, that's quite an amazing name.
I think we're nearly through it. Ooh, they have a rather classy McDonald's, I think. We're not going to the petrified forest. I've just hurt a toe. I think I've been petrified enough today. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Just going to that town Belzoni. I don't really want to do a lot. I think I'm done for today. Welcome to Jackson. We are here.
Over there is New Horizon Church. I would not have thought that building was a church had I not read the sign.
That was the size of a medium-sized Walmart. Right, so we're in Jackson. Petrol's 203. This road is remarkably empty. This is my road.
We're coming up on their state capitol, which is delightfully completely covered in scaffolding.
That's their flag.
The Confederate flag is embedded in their flag.
This building is the state capitol. That's with an O, not an A. Have we got Nation of Islam here? Oh, there's a Spiritual Truth Ministry. My battery's over there. It's got loads of ivy on it. I didn't know you got ivy around here. Old houses around here. There's almost no one here. They might have Sunday trading laws here where you're not allowed to open shops.
That's for sale, should anyone want it. Another law office.
Irish pub. You always have to have the Irish pub.
Palm trees.
Industrial area. The roads here are terrible. Is that a no buffalo or a no bison sign?
The suburb of Richland. 187 for fuel.
I think this is the suburb. That flag's falling to bits. And
Christian Learning Centre. Got some trailer homes.
yeah. Right, so that's apartments. There's a lot of that work injury stuff and lawyers and compensation adverts. There's a lot of that since we've been in the South.
Makes sense with what that woman in South Carolina told us about there being few unions in the South.
Yeah.
That is a really big cross.
It's a seafood restaurant. Another minor difference, a lot of private restaurants will put a crucifix on their signs showing that they're a Christian-run establishment.
It's low city limits. D''LO.
They have a water park. That might mean that's a spelling of the water. Take that.
It's camping.
Right, so the people there looked angry, and I don't know why. There was a man and his son who kind of looked at us going like that. So we're leaving Delo.
We seem to have accidentally booked in with a bunch of truckers again.
I think we're back in the land of the temperance movement. It's a Sunday and we can't buy wine. Dumper County, person in that service station, said that the whole of Mississippi doesn't sell wine on a Sunday.
Which is interesting considering the whole communion thing.
Yeah, let's go get communion. We haven't included this in the video, but I've tried to talk to people and basically in the same way that I talk to others, and they just look at me as though they hate me. And I don't understand why. Just growling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone at a campground growled at us. I'm pretty sure we nearly got mugged by a bunch of tall young men in the only violent small town I've ever been in. This was a tiny town, and it's just... it was like they were a pack of wolves.
I can't make any headway here, and we're going to leave Mississippi tomorrow, and unless the best job in the universe comes up, this is off the list. This is horrible.
I can't take it off even then.
So, bye-bye Mississippi. So we're finally in the room. Something that's interesting is this is meant to be a 4 out of 5 hotel on TripAdvisor. It's the Econo Lodge in Hattiesburg, and it's just a dump. I don't know if 4 out of 5 means something different in this town or state.
I think it might just mean no one's been murdered here recently.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't go for the 3 out of 5 because it probably wouldn't have had a door. So I can't wait to leave.
Louisiana, you better be better.
Mm.